Peace and love, family. Welcome back. If we are meeting for the first time, I am Oshun Yinka, your favorite womb goddess. And on this channel, we talk about leveling up, healing holistically, tapping into your goddess frequency, and amplifying your femininity. So if that's something that you need in your life, go ahead and pull up a seat because I already know you're going to love it here. Today, I wanted to briefly talk about a subject that we're discussing in the hormone challenge right now. If you're not familiar, I help women balance their hormones naturally in only 90 days. If you are dealing with any type of infertility and you are wanting to conceive, this is the challenge for you. You can click the link in the description and book a free consultation to our next challenge if you're interested. But I wanted to talk about what we're discussing right now in the challenge. So in our last meeting, I was talking about allowing yourself to become who it is that you see yourself being, giving yourself permission to be free, giving yourself permission to be all that in a bag of chips. That's what we are currently discussing, and I wanted to share this with you guys on YouTube because I feel like a lot of women can benefit from this mental shift.
Yinka. I'm the spiritual type, and I'm a boss too. I'm a strong black woman. I can teach you femininity, the life of luxury. Come chill with me, and let me show you.
So life is like a roller coaster. When you're in an amusement park, say you want to get on the biggest ride at the park, right? This is your first roller coaster maybe, but you want to try the most adventurous things, right? You're standing in line. It's usually a long line because everybody wants to get on the biggest rides. It's a long line. Your anticipation and anxiety is increasing the closer you get to the front. But you're seeing people get on the ride and you're seeing people get off the ride, people enjoying themselves when they get off. You see people getting to the almost there and backing out because they're terrified. You see some people can't ride because of whatever disability or restrictions that they end up having. You're not tall enough, you're too big, whatever the case is. You see people not qualifying to get on. And then it's your turn, right? And even as you see all those things, all those people going before you, you see the amount of people that's actually getting on and enjoying themselves, the amount of people that's not. But you're still in line. You're still like, this is something that I want to do. This is something I want to conquer. Anxiety is still increasing. You get on the ride. And then there's the safety check, right? This is assuring you that you are safe, that you're not in danger, that you are protected. And again, you've seen people do this and be successful and enjoy themselves, right? So you are getting buckled in, you're doing your safety checks, and then you're actually taking off. Anxiety is still increasing because you're going up a very steep hill and you're getting to the top of this hill and it's like your heart is literally outside of your chest at this point. As you get to the peak, at the climax, you know that, I'm already committed. And then you drop. Sorry, my phone overheated. But okay, so all of the anxiety that you had, it's still amplifying as you're dropping because this is where your fear comes in. But then you remember, I'm safe. This is just a part of the ride. You get your screams in, you yell, you cry, you laugh, whatever it is. Some people hold their breath, pass out, whatever the case is. But by the time you finish all of the theatrics, now the ride is over. And you realize, I ain't died. And that gives you the adrenaline rush that you need to do what? Go to the next ride and do it all over again. Still scared. Now this one may be bungee jumping. Still something that you've never done before. Something that's giving you a lot of anxiety. Something that, is stressing you out, pushing you past your limits, past your comfort zone. The reason why I say that life is like roller coasters is because we literally go through the exact same stages of anxiety when it comes to accomplishing goals and setting ourselves apart from the rest. There are going to be people who start off with us who are not going to finish. There are going to be people who go with us the extra mile and then don't qualify when it's time for you to go to the next step. It's going to be some people who don't even think about even attempting to get on a ride. There are going to be some people who get on a ride and, they're like, no, I'll never do that again. I'm terrified. And then there's some people who's going to take it as a kick to their ego and like, okay, I could do that. I could do anything. I didn't die. So yeah, let's try something else. Let's test me to the next limit. Be the person that gets tested to the next limit. Be the person that looks at life and you can have the fears, you can have the anxiety, you can have the doubts, the worries, but don't let it stop you from enjoying the ride. We always hear people say, enjoy the ride. It's about the journey, not the destination. But that's easier said than done when we're in the midst of adversity and we haven't learned how to actually practically do that. So I want to give you a tip on how to enjoy the ride. The first thing that you want to do is form habits of happiness. They can't be just any old habits though, because we have a lot of habits, but all those habits are not healthy and all those habits are not growth oriented. So there are 4 criteria that these habits must have. The first is fun. If it's not fun, then is it really making you happy? You define fun. Fun is not the same for everybody. Some people's idea of fun is getting tore up at the club. Some people's idea of fun is relaxation and spa days. Whatever fun is to you, make sure that fun is on that list. The second criteria this habit must have is that it feeds your soul, meaning that you have some type of spiritual awakening, spiritual appeasement when it comes to doing this activity. The third thing is it should be intellectually engaging. Does it stimulate your mind? Does it help you to think further? Does it help you to provoke the way that you think and challenge your mental process? Does it allow you to be a critical thinker? And then the fourth thing is, does it give you a sense of accomplishment? Are you feeling like you are distracted? Are you feeling like you're wasting time when you do this? Or does it feel like, okay, I still accomplished something. I still felt a little bit of growth. All 4 of these criteria need to be a part of your habits. I say start with at least 2 minimum. Actually write them down, and whatever habit that you decide, go through the list. Is it something fun? Is it something spiritually stimulating, mentally stimulating, and allows me to grow? Ask yourself that, and if it does not check off all 4, then it's not a good habit to have. And when I'm saying it's not a good habit to have, I'm not saying that you're not going to have habits outside of fitting all 4 of those. But when we're talking about growth, when we're talking about actually leveling up, you need to have habits that have all 4 of those criteria, because if it's just a habit for fun, it's just a distraction. If it's just a habit for spiritual, if it's just a habit to feed your soul and nothing else, then it can become escapism, leaving the reality and just going into the spiritual realm all the time. If it's just a habit for intellect, it could be information hoarding, where you're getting all this knowledge but you're not implementing anything. And then if it's just accomplishing things back to back to back, it can feel very lonely because you're not having fun, you're not enjoying it, it's not fulfilling you spiritually, so it just feels like a lot of work. It has to have all 4 of those criteria, and don't overthink this. So one of my students, one of her habits was traveling. And that's what a lot of people use, honestly, traveling or just going for car rides. How is this fun? Well, for one, you get to sightsee. Traveling doesn't necessarily mean you have to drive. You could be on the passenger seat. That's my role. I'm passenger princess to the dad. But it could be fun to just be in the car and seeing new sights and, letting spirit just guide you in nature, seeing how the seasons change and how in different environments change, if that's fun to you. How does it feed your soul? Turn the music off and just listen to spirit. Like, I know just listening to the wheels run, like I used to have a lot of when I was in college, I would drive back and forth back home. It was like a 2-hour drive back home, and I would have the music off. And that's when I got a lot of downloads, because walking is one of my things. So just traveling in general, that's where I get a lot of spiritual downloads from. How is it intellectually stimulating? You could put on an audiobook. You could put on a podcast. You can, listen to things that are actually intellectually stimulating while also going for a ride. And then how is it a sense of accomplishment when you're able to have these conversations with yourself, when you're able to have spiritual awakenings and things while you're in isolation and just having this time with the divine? Then you feel accomplished. Maybe you're just going for a ride and the destination, you accomplish getting to the destination safely, in addition to the actual journey of being there. That's what I mean by creating habits. So how would you use this habit in the midst of adversity? Get up. You're in the middle of an argument, or before an argument escalates, before you go into that mind of wanting to be combative or be defensive, go take a car ride. It could be 15 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, but just go and implement all 4 of those things during that time. Make sure that you laugh. You can listen to, what's his name? Steve Harvey. Listen to some Strawberry Letters or something. Enjoy the time that you're there. And then also look at the intellectually stimulating parts of it. Make sure that you're speaking to God and praying during this time as well. And by the time you come back, maybe you'll be able to have an actual conversation with whoever just ticked you off. You'll be able to have a healthy communication with that person and actually accomplish something. And by accomplishing, I mean get into the root of whatever that problem was and being able to fix the problem, versus just going back and forth. Or even if the problem isn't even with somebody else, but you're trying to figure something out, you're trying to solve a problem or any problem, going on the ride with the intention of, let me decompress, let me not think on that, but not even think of a solution, but just let me have fun in this moment. Let me speak to the divine in this moment. Let me encourage myself and reflect on how intelligent I am. Those are the things that you do during this time so that you can accomplish the goal. And what this does is it allows you to escape. It allows you to have fun. It allows you to be distracted and all those other things without feeling like you are wasting time. Because most of the time, that's why we never accomplish our happiness. That's why when we say happiness is a choice, you're choosing to step away from the problem and go to a place of happiness without having to overwhelm yourself with, well, I don't got time to have fun. I don't have time for that. I got to fix this. I got to do this. It won't overwhelm you and make you feel like you're distracting yourself or wasting time, because you're still being productive while also having fun. So let me know down in the comments if that was helpful for you. Like it up. If it was, share it with somebody who may need it, somebody who's an overthinker, somebody who's always anxious and thinking about the next thing. Share this video with them. And if you like the video a lot, then subscribe to the channel, because there's plenty more videos where this came from. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.
I'm the spiritual type, and I'm a boss too. I'm a strong black woman. I can teach you femininity, the life of luxury. Come chill with me and let me show you. Yinka.